This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy James.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is Luke Primetime Powers, and you're here with Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Prime Time Luke Powers.
Hell yeah, man. That was a good introduction.
What we like to do with Big here on Wrestling With.
Heck yeah, I love it.
Can you tell us where we'll see Prime Time next event-wise?
Next event is April 25th, Natural Selection in Caldwell, Idaho.
Perfect. And where can we find you on social media and your merchandise?
You can find me on Instagram at powers_fit, and then on Facebook, Luke Powers.
Merchandise?
Merchandise is not out yet. It's soon to be released. I'm working on it, but it's not out yet.
And we could know when it will be released on your social media.
Yeah, it'll be posted on my social media. It will probably be inside of a link tree. You can probably see my bio. It'll be in the bios of all my social media handles.
Perfect. And you don't even have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You work for Wrestle Club. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company?
So, I started working with Wrestle Club coming up in May. It'll be 2 years. And we are the only pro wrestling in Idaho, in this state. Pro wrestling is not as big as we want it to be, but we're trying to make it grow as much as we can here at Wrestle Club.
And what about your relationship with the company, the owners? How has your interactions with them been?
It's been good. Since the start, honestly, what makes Wrestle Club so unique is the amount of sacrifice that our owners and our coaches have put into this company. They have done everything without charging any of the wrestlers, and all we have to do is show up and make sure we're putting up the ring and doing our duty to make sure that everyone in the crowd is enjoying the experience as much as they can. And it's been a great experience working with Wrestle Club. They've taught me so much in the short span of time I've been here, and I'm very grateful for the people I have in my corner at Wrestle Club.
No, it's odd to say, that there's only one promotion in the whole state of Idaho.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's some midget wrestling that happens, but they're mainly in Oregon, but it's mainly just us out here. We're the only people putting on shows out here for everyone in Idaho.
Is that somewhat frustrating that, it's your, only destination when it comes to wrestling?
No, it's definitely frustrating because I've built a great relationship with the guys out here, and knowing that I'm a younger guy, I'm not going to have much of a chance to be seen out here in Idaho, which I wish it could stay that way, but it's just not how it is. It's not reality. And it's going to have me move to different places in the future, but I'm not there yet. And I just plan on trying to make pro wrestling in Idaho as big as I possibly can, just by advertising as much as I can out on social media for people to know that there is wrestling in Idaho. And if you are a wrestling fan, you can come out to these shows, and we do provide this year, because I know that even though there may not be a lot of federations or companies out here putting on wrestling, we have a great group of guys that come in, and we love wrestling just as much as the fans, and we just want to share that passion with everyone here, because it's sad when I hear that people in this state love wrestling and they have nothing to watch out here, versus, you know, if you go in Vegas, that's where I'm from, there's FSW, and they have people traveling all the time into Vegas to come watch and enjoy the shows. So I wish there was more of that culture here, but it's just not reality right now.
Right, and I'm from California, so there's no shortage of lucha libre
Definitely know about all that, yeah, 100%.
And if you go to the Northeast, I mean, you can't throw a rock without hitting a wrestling promotion.
Seriously, I'm telling you, it's awesome out there.
But you know, obviously, you know, not a lot of options in Idaho right now. Is there anywhere that you've been looking at to kind of branch out when the time is right?
Yeah, so basically, pretty soon here, I'm letting everyone in on a little well-kept secret, but I do plan on moving out to Las Vegas, where I'm from, and getting more training with FSW and trying to start wrestling with them to be on the roster. And if I'm going to be honest, if there's a main connection I've made so far is Devotion in Utah. Devotion Wrestling I went to one of their seminars, and they told me they want me at their next show. So whenever they call me up, I'll be at their next show. So stay tuned for that.
Sweet.
Yeah,
so
brother.
I'm looking for some looking to be under the umbrella of Sin Bodhi, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, that being said, you know, you could correct me if I'm wrong here, but 2 years in the business, you're still in your first year of pro wrestling. You started in September of last year?
Yeah, coming around September, that's when I started. Or, no, that was, 2 years ago. So it was May, I believe.
May.
So we're coming around May. So we're not at 2 years yet, but we're coming around.
So, you know, being in the ring properly for around 7-8 months, how have you viewed your progression so far?
Well, honestly, I seem to have surprised myself. I do come from an athletic background, and I am of wrestling. I did amateur wrestling all throughout high school. I started when I was in 5th grade, and I did wrestling all throughout high school, and then COVID hit, and I didn't have a senior year to wrestle, so I got really into lifting. I started lifting, watching a bunch of bodybuilding, and I do have to give WWE credit, because there are many wrestlers that inspired me to get in shape. They were mainly the guys that made me want to build a physique, and I started lifting, and when I started coming to Idaho Wrestle Club, I picked up pretty quick on most of the move sets. I'd say my athletic background carries a lot of my move sets. I'm able to do a lot of athletic things within the ring, which a lot of people are going to see unveiled when my coaches feel that the time is right. I have a lot of really good things I've been working on at practice with the guys that they usually say takes people years to master. I got it like right away. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, you know, you mentioned, you know, weightlifting. I like to think that, you know, weightlifting, you know, lifting heavy stuff, you know, some people get more out of it than just, you know, the exercise. What do you personally get out of, you know, weightlifting?
Well, it gets pretty deep. When I was younger in high school, my mother was really sick. She had a rare kidney disease that only 0.1% of people have in the world, and it kind of caused a very dark time in my family. And at that same time, I was getting severely bullied all the time and just not being treated right, being 130 pounds and 5'8". I was a smaller guy back then, and I wanted to stick up for myself and defend myself. So I just started lifting because I knew that, yes, I may know how to wrestle. Just wasn't strong enough to take on most of the bullies that were outweighing me by like maybe 100 pounds. I had a lot of bigger bullies back in my day. I didn't have like a small bully. I had a lot of big bullies. But yeah, I wanted to lift to be able to protect myself, and then it just fell into a passion. I enjoy it. It's like brushing my teeth in the morning. I go to the gym every single day. I lift whenever I can, and when I'm at the gym, it's more at a point of meditation at this point. It's not really even something that I'm stressed about or something that I'm worried about. It's just my mind goes to a different place, and I just attack the weights, and I just go hard till I'm done.
I got you. Well, it does seem like Primetime kind of channels his bullies nowadays in the ring, no?
Oh yeah. Nobody gets over Primetime, I'll tell you that much.
Let's talk about it. Mega Mosca. Can you tell us about that match?
Yeah, Mega Mosca. He came out, feeling pretty hot, but I had to put a stop to it. I got tired of hearing the fly buzzing around people, trying to give people motivation. All these losers out here in Idaho.
Some might say that you took liberties to actually win that match, no?
Yes, sir. I mean, whatever it takes, honestly. They say I was cheating, but I say I was thinking ahead. I was paired with my mentor, Jeff, and when he came out, Jeffrey Allen, and when he came out, he was working with a strategy. It was all strategy. It wasn't anything where we were cheating of any sort. It was straight strategy. Air Bear out there had this napkin that was just hanging out, and Jeffrey Allen could tell in Mosca's face that he was done. So instead of letting Mosca tap, he gave him the easy out, and we did him a favor.
Good on Jeffrey for sensing that and putting them out.
It's good to know you. It's good to know you got some wherewithal. It's good to know that.
Yeah. But definitely a unique way to win a match for sure.
Yeah. No, some of these fans out here don't understand it. They thought it was cheating, but I just say, hey, if you're not finding whatever it takes to win, you're never going to be a winner.
Hey, however you want to get your hand raised, as long as you get your hand raised.
Yep.
But you mentioned them. The specialties for hire, Jeffrey Allen. Can you tell us about your relationship with him?
Jeffrey Allen's been the champion for the longest time, and he just recently lost his title to Jonathan Monroe, which was a sad thing to see because Wrestle Club was really entering a good atmosphere, having Jeffrey Allen be their reigning defending heavyweight champion. And ever since I got together with Jeffrey Allen and he's been training me, he saw something in me from the start. He saw that I was different from everyone in the roster. He saw I was someone that was capable of great violence, and I displayed that to my best ability, and me and Jeffrey Allen got into a contract signing, and I became his personal assistant, his bodyguard, in a way. You could say it's a bodyguard, but we work well as a team.
Well, I mean, hey, he's giving you W's.
Right? He's giving me W's, and I'm giving W's back.
Mm-hmm.
Return on your investment.
Right, but continue. I cut you off.
No, but yeah, Jeffrey Allen, he recently lost his title to Jonathan Monroe, and he's gonna, find his way back. But me and him have actually had some problems come across us at the Royal Rumble that we had in at 2 shows. It was 2 shows ago. I was hypnotized by Dr. Steve, and it got the best of me, and I threw Jeffrey Allen over the top rope. So I've been fired, and my contract has been revoked. So I'm currently dealing with this all on my own. I'm trying to reach out to Jeffrey, and he just will not pick up the phone. He will not forgive me. So it's not looking good for prime time. Jeffrey Allen was my guy, but if he sees that, if he thinks that I did that on purpose, that's his thing. I've come to terms with it. Primetime will succeed no matter what. No matter what.
Right. I think Primetime will be okay without Jeffrey Allen.
That's what I'd say too. You're a smart man, James.
But, I mean, that being said, obviously, a bit of friction between the two of you right now. At one point, he was your mentor. Everything gets settled in the ring, obviously. Is there a match between the two of you in the work?
It hasn't been spoken of yet. Something I'm dealing with right now is I'm in a rivalry with Damian Black. And that's where my focus has been completely since that last Rumble, because we've been going back and forth. And honestly, I'm a younger guy. I've got a lot more ability than Damian Black. He's been in the business for, I believe, 11 years. And I'm just ready to take him out. I'm ready to put him out of his misery. He looks like an old dog all the time, just limping around. I know he's in pain. I just want to end it for him. I want to end his misery. So our third match, April 25th, at Natural Selection, I was told that Damian Black wants a rematch after I won the last match. And if he wants a rematch, he can get a rematch. But this time I want his contract to be on the line. I want his contract to be on the line, and I want to make sure that he is retired. And then after that, we'll see what's cooking with Jeffrey Allen. If he wants the smoke, he come get the smoke.
Okay, so look, you're planning on retiring Damian Black.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's been my main focus as of recent. I've gotten tired of him running his mouth, thinking he's still that young cat that he used to be, the voodoo priest, a changed man from those times, and I've had enough, and I want to end it.
And what would it mean to you to retire him?
It would give me clarity. It would give me a sense of clarity, because I know that now the spotlight is back on primetime. Not saying that his talent overshined mine. I'm just saying that primetime deserves all of the spotlight in Wrestle Club for this place to be a better place.
So he was a bump in the road.
He's a fork in the road, and he's in the way. He's in the way, and he needs to get destroyed. I don't care if people call him a legend at this club. I don't care. I'm just here to rid the locker room of old, wasted potential.
Gotcha. But, at some point I feel like you and Jeffrey are going to clash. So, considering that he was your mentor at one point, what would it mean to you to get in the ring with him, properly, one-on-one?
Honestly, I've built a good relationship with him in the past. But now, Jeffrey Allen doesn't mean anything to me. If he wants to spit in my face and look at me in the eye and say, "You're fired," then he said what he needed to say. There's no more that needs to be said. It's just another opponent that I have to face. Whether it was my mentor, whether it's another man in another state, I don't care who it is, I'm taking their head off. And that's a warning out to Jeffrey Allen. Jeffrey, if you're watching this, just know your time is ticking, just like Black's is. The same way I'm going to take him out is the same way I'm going to take your old self out. You know it.
You got that Gunther vibes going on now. Retiring everybody.
Yeah. I'd say something. I took a page out of his book. I feel like I see eye to eye with Gunther, honestly. He just sees that there needs to be room made for better talent. I feel like it's as simple as that. You know, there's some old guys. You know, it's almost like when you got an old dog that's got a broken foot and it's got like stage 2 cancer and it's just limping around and it's just in misery. Are you gonna let it live, or are you just gonna take it out of its misery and let it go to heaven? Because all dogs go to heaven. We know that. You know.
Yes. Fantastic movie.
Right, exactly. Love that movie.
Well, obviously Jeffrey's not your mentor anymore, but let's talk about somebody you got a lot of advice from. You did a seminar with Gabe Sapolsky. What
Yes,
was
sir.
that experience like?
That was great. I honestly learned so much from that. Just hearing how everything's run and what we're really supposed to be focusing on as indie wrestlers. I picked up a lot of great gems. For my own individual film study, where I watch all my wrestlers, I typically stick it in my favorite era of wrestling, and I mainly watch the Attitude Era. I go back on YouTube and I watch a lot of the old times, back from '95 all the way through the 2000s. That was kind of my favorite era of wrestling, and I watched a lot of that. But what he told us as indie wrestlers, he said to us that our focus shouldn't be on main talent like, say, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton currently. We shouldn't be focused on that as indie wrestlers. What we need to be focused on is Evolve's product. I'm not sure I'm pretty sure you're aware of Evolve.
Yeah, on Tubi.
Yeah, on Tubi. They are showing everyone in the indies what they are looking for from their wrestlers, and that kind of that opened my eyes to watching a lot more of Evolve, because prior to that I really did not watch any Evolve. I mainly watched just NXT and whatever's on during the week for wrestling. But I mean, it opened my eyes a lot. There was a lot of things that were said there that just showed me certain ways to be moving in the ring and just how to perform. And honestly, it was a great experience. And if there's ever a seminar near me with Gabe Sapolsky, I will be at that one, because he drops major gems. He's very easy to understand and very, very insightful, very, very knowledgeable.
Just out of curiosity, while watching Evolve, was there anything that you saw that kind of made a light bulb go off in your head? Like,
Yeah.
that clicks now.
Yeah. Basically, watching the wrestlers, the way their positioning was perfect in the ring. I truly feel like they were perfectly positioned the entire match. And when they would sell, they wouldn't look down at the floor. They're not looking up at the ceiling. They're looking directly at the crowd or at the cameras. And one thing that Gabe Sapolsky told us to keep an eye on was most of the guys, whenever they look up to sell, they're looking straight at the middle row, the second row, which was something I never really thought of. And then I started watching. I'm like, wow, they're all looking at the second row with the sells, and it does show their entire face whenever they feed up. So that was something that I connected from the seminar to watching the matches. And that was something that was just like, it's the little things. It's not major, but it's just the little things that I feel like go into making a 5-star match, in my opinion.
I gotcha. Another name that you've encountered is one Brian Cage. Obviously,
Yeah.
AEW superstar right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, definitely loves that gym culture as well.
Oh, hell yeah. No, he's the man.
What was that experience like, meeting Brian?
Yeah, so basically I came back. I was in college, and I went to school out here at Boise State, and I was coming home to Vegas, and I was watching an FSW show. I was watching, I remember the match when he walked in. It was Hammerstone versus, I think, Jungle Boy, and they were going at it, and I look over to my left. I see this behemoth of a man just drinking out of a protein shake. I'm like, oh my God, that's Brian Cage. I'm like, yo, I'm completely marking out. I'm freaking out. So I run down there. I'm like, Yo, Brian, I'm a huge fan. I shook that man's hand. It felt like cement. I remember it was funny because when I was younger, when I was 15, I went to a lot of FSW shows with my best friend. And I met him there when I was younger, but I was like 5'8", 130 pounds. I was really small, did not look anything like I do now. And I went up to him and I shook his hand, and he remembered me, which was pretty cool because I was like, "Oh, damn!" Like you actually, he said, "Yeah, you used to come with your buddy and his mom." Like, and I was like, "Yo, you remember that? That's crazy!" Like I couldn't believe that, but yeah, it was super cool. I asked for some advice. I was like, "Man, I'm trying to get to your side, dude. How do you do?" He's like, "Man, I gave all the advice to Hammerstone, and look what he did with it." So I was like, "It makes sense." So he's the man. Super great guy, just genuine. He's down to earth. He seems, at least with my experience, he's always seems like he's ready to talk to you, give you advice where he can. He's just a really good guy. And he's a beast in the gym. I mean, the guy looks like an actual Terminator. Like if there was a real Terminator, we'd see Brian Cage walk out the door.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody you hold to high regard, I would say.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to somebody you may not have as much respect for. You talked about him a bit before. Jonathan Monroe, current champion. You've had your differences in the past. Can you tell us what's going on there?
I'll be honest with you. It's another old head in the way, man. I'll be honest with you. He's delusional as the rest of them. He feels like his curly Q mustache is in style, which I don't feel like anyone could pull off except Marty Scurll. So I look at that and I cringe every time I see it. And, you know, when he came out calling me out, trying to say I don't hit legs, which I obviously do. I hit legs. It's just the calf insertions are a little higher up. That's it. But, you know, he wants to find whatever way to get over on me by saying that stuff. And, you know, I had to try to put an end to it, but Primetime was honestly distracted. I'd say that match, it was kind of dismembering in my mind when I got spun around. So if we ever get a rematch, I'm taking him out and I'm taking that title. He's the current champion right now, but he's not going to be the champion for long as I'm in Wrestle Club.
You have yet to capture a title, correct?
Yes, sir, not yet.
What would it mean to you to capture your first ever title?
Well, I think a better question is, what would it mean to Wrestle Club? If I captured the title, we'd have an actual champion on our hands, I feel like. I'm the only guy in that locker room that lives, eats, and breathes wrestling. I feel like when I'm in the ring, it's second nature, and I feel like I could put on actual shows, unlike the rest of these clowns out here. And I feel like I could bring real eyes to Wrestle Club out here in Idaho. But it's just the way it is. Till I get my shot, I just got to keep my head down and keep grinding.
Right. And I mean, obviously, Wrestle Club would be great to have you as, you know, their champion, obviously.
Exactly.
But, you know, but you personally, like, the journey that you've been on, you know, everything that you've gone through as of now, to finally hold a gold, you know, the gold title in your hand. What would that mean to you personally?
It'd mean everything to me. Winning to me means everything. Honestly, there's nothing that compares to the absolute drive I have in my soul to be a world heavyweight champion. It's all I can think about. I obsess over it, and I try to keep myself calm at times, and I try to tell myself when the timing's right, you'll be placed there. But I'm itching, man. I'm honestly getting to the point where I'm getting not frustrated, but impatient. I'm getting impatient, and you will see in my next few shows how my intensity is brought up. You will see how in these next shows I am not coming out there to entertain a crowd. I'm coming out there to hurt people. And when the crowd sees that, they will acknowledge that there is nothing holding me back from being champion. And just a matter of it's honestly just a matter of time now. I'm so confident in myself that I feel like it's a matter of time. It's never felt like something that was too far out of my reach, if that makes any sense.
It seems like you want to show in these next couple of matches your undeniability, no?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I live off of. I am undeniable. People want to put me in a certain box. I don't like the box. I'll break that box in seconds, and I'll show you who I am.
Okay. Well, prime time, mainstream. I think that it's time for that segment. Luke's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Oh, man. Well, man, honestly, any crazy stories on the road that I could think of right now? Oh, man. I don't think I got any crazy road stories yet. I feel like those are still loading, but I mean, something close to it wasn't even traveling for wrestling. It was still traveling for wrestling, but it was on WrestleMania weekend, and I was going with my buddy. I don't know if you've heard of him yet, but he would be a great person to have on your podcast. His name's LT Gray Oro. He is a luchador. He's up and coming, and I really feel like his talent is going to be seen by a lot of people in this space. And we were traveling one time, and I remember in Vegas. In Vegas, man. Vegas is a different It's a different kind of territory, as most people know that have been there. And usually, people who aren't natives get a little confused sometimes when they're out there. So me and Joey went out after a show, and we didn't perform there. We were just scouting at that show, just watching. And we went out, and we had a few drinks, nothing crazy. We're just chilling, and I look over, and I see Joey flirting with a girl that is obviously a worker. She's working the road. You know where I'm getting at here. She's
not
working. You know what I'm
not
saying?
a wrestling walk.
Yeah, not a wrestling worker, a street worker. Like on the street. And I look over. I just go, "Oh my God, Joey!" And Joey's like, "This is my wife. This is my wife." And I'm like, "Man, that's not your wife, bro. Let's get back in line. Come on, man." Like, that was just one of the funniest things. I just remember I burst out laughing when he said that's my wife. I was like, "Oh man, there's a lot to be learned here, brother. Welcome to Vegas, man." That was a good memory. Great time with Joey. I actually bumped into TJ Perkins in Vegas. Yeah, it was really cool. I bumped into him. Got to talk about New Japan with him. It was sick. I loved it. I loved being out there during WrestleMania weekend last year.
Luckily, TJ is married, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Right, exactly. I don't think, man, TJ's been around. He should know, he should definitely look at that and be like, "Oh, that's definitely not my wife."
Right.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, definitely an interesting experience. A disappointing experience for your friend.
Oh, yeah. Seriously. He was hung up on that. I was like, "Dude, I'm not jealous or anything, bro. You don't know what comes with that. She's going to raid your wallet, bro." Like, it was just funny, bro. It was funny. Funny times.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. You were an amateur wrestler as well. Can you tell us how that helped you and maybe hindered you when you did start your pro wrestling career?
Yeah, man. No, definitely helped but hindered at the same time. I'd say just being a wrestler, I'm used to intensity. I'm used to I'm used to everything that comes with physicality. I feel like I've mastered that at a very young age. I'm not afraid of conflict at all, and I feel like that helped a lot in the ring. There's certain moves inside the ring that are very similar to amateur wrestling, and I take advantage of that, like duck unders. It's probably not the best pro wrestling language, but duck unders, when someone throws a strike, I can instantly, duck under into a suplex or something like that. Like I do feel like it's pretty cool that I can incorporate amateur wrestling moves inside pro wrestling, because when I started amateur wrestling, I really did it because, one, to defend myself, and two, to be able to be in. I've always had a vision of being a pro wrestler. So when I started, I was like, I want to wrestle like these guys. And when I went to a wrestling room, it was obviously not the same as a pro wrestling ring. And it's a mat, and you're wrestling a dude, and you're in a singlet, and there's no, storyline. So
Right.
it felt different. But no, when I was wrestling, I picked up a lot of great moves, and I was like, I'm going to use that one day. I'm going to use that one day. But one thing I'd say that hindered my performance in the pro wrestling ring is the positioning. So when we come in for our lockup, I was right leg forward in amateur wrestling. It's left leg forward in wrestling. So it's really weird. So like I've kicked the habit now, but in the beginning, it was so hard. Like when I would grab for a side headlock, I'd almost go into the move like I was wrestling, but it's a lot different. The pacing's different in pro wrestling, and just the feet positioning is a lot different. And that was something that I'm still working on. But honestly, it's gotten a lot better since the beginning. But I remember in the start, I was like, whoa, this is like almost opposite, which was interesting to see, because I'd never really picked up on those things even when I was watching it as a fan.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we talked about, your, personal journey with, working out, gym. But now you actually help others. You're a personal trainer, no?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a personal trainer. I was currently a personal trainer. I'm taking online clients. If anyone wants to get in shape, I work currently only with two fellow wrestlers right now, so I have a lot of room for growth there. But throughout college, I trained at a gym out here, the YMCA. I was a trainer out there, and I've helped many get into shape. It's my passion, so I just feel like if I could spread this knowledge and help people get healthy and just enjoy what they're looking at in the mirror, my day has been made, honestly. So I just want to show people that you don't have to be stuck in a body you don't love. You can change that. There's nothing stopping you from changing that. You just need the tools. And if I can provide the tools to help someone get, lean for the summer, shredded, or just, bigger, whatever they're looking for, that's always been, I take great passion out of that over pride. I take a lot of passion in my work. So I've worked with many wrestlers already, and they're already seeing great results just in a matter of months of just working with me. So I'm always just trying to help where I can with training.
What kind of inspired you to be a personal trainer? Obviously, working out, gym is, something very personal. What inspired you to, share that with other people?
Yeah, no, I honestly remember, when I started lifting, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have anyone tell me what to do. And I mean, dude, the internet today is just flooded with information from different sides of the planet, and I feel like it's just a recipe for everyone to get confused. And I just remember being, at the start of my journey, just wanting to learn what works, and what I can do to get in shape. And I remember how hard it was in the beginning, because I remember what started my fitness journey was just copying what my wrestling coach gave for our workouts and what my football coach gave, I just went off everything that was given to us. I didn't really know what was the perfect routine, what did what, what to eat. Like that was just completely foreign to me. And I just remember that feeling of being like, man, I want to be, in great shape, but I can't be because I don't have the tools, So
Right.
I eventually figured it out, after years of it, just repetition. But for most people, I feel like I totally get that frustration of being at that point where you're at and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I want to change this, but I can't. So I just want to be that answer for them because I feel like I could simplify it for most. You know what I'm saying?
Was there anybody that you worked with that their story kind of inspired you to maybe be better?
Yeah, definitely. I'll take it back to when I was working at the YMCA. So basically, I was working with a man who was around the age range of 85, and
wow.
yeah, he was older, and honestly, he wasn't coming to the gym to, get in crazy shape, obviously, because he's older. He needed help being able to stand back up. He told me many times that he would fall and he just felt helpless, and I felt like I could sympathize with that a lot because I understand what it feels like to be powerless, and that's honestly the worst feeling in the world, in my opinion, just feeling powerless in any situation. And when it's something as simple as getting up again, when you remember when you were a kid, you could just instantly get back up from falling. That hit me in a different way. I never really acknowledged that being, young. Like I never really thought of that to myself. And so through trial and error, me and him working together for around 8 months, he started at a point where he could sit on a bench, but he couldn't stand back up. And after that, I was able to get him to do standing lunges. So he could walk on a bench. So basically, he could put his foot on a bench and step up and then get down. And he could sit down and stand back up. And we just strengthened his core and got him in shape. And he's been rocking and rolling since then. I see him at the gym every single day. Even though he's not working with me, he's in better shape than when he came in. So I looked at like I did my job, but it was super inspiring to see because, when he came in, I was having doubts in myself. I honestly felt like, could I help him? But I trusted myself. I was like, I definitely know what I'm doing here. And I put him through everything I could and made sure I gave him my all as a trainer. And, in the end, he's walking again. He's able to take control of his life again. And that just inspired me, to know that you could be in a position where you cannot get back up. That's scary to me. So the fact that I was able to give it to him, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and it inspired the hell out of me because I was like, if this man at 85 could push himself to get better the way he did, the way I watched him every single day train, I know that I could do anything I put my mind to,
That is incredible.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
But I'm, like, so sorry now because, like, I turned you completely face there.
Say it again?
I turned you face there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I know you got the... You son of a gun.
Then you pushed the old man and said, try and
Look
get
at
up
you.
now.
These hypnotism freaking methods are working on me, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I gotta snap out of it.
Okay, so we're blaming it on hypnotism.
Yeah, man, my brain's been funky since that show.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but you're an anime fan, no?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Big. Not the biggest anime fan, but I do have a lot of favorites. I mean, my favorite show that I got to list it comes down to two, Baki and Berserk. Those two shows I really connected with, especially Baki. Baki is just such a sick show. For anyone that's watched it, they already know what I'm talking about. It's some people say it's not their jam, but I am a very competitive, kind of action-seeking person. So if you like action, Baki is just a great show for motivation. Great show for gym motivation and everything you need to give you that little edge. I love Baki. Baki is just an awesome show.
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that they just made a new anime adaptation on Netflix.
They did, dude. I gotta get on that. I've been just watching wrestling recently, which I'm like, I need to get back into my anime, but I need to watch that. They just released the new Baki, not even season, it's just a separate show, and I'm excited to see where they're going with it. Because I have a feeling I read the manga before, so I know where they're going with it, but I'm like, I just love seeing it put out there. Like, it is just, it's sick. The animation's just freaking awesome.
There's like some insane poses in that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like the demon back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you aware of that one?
I mean, I thought like some of those could be impossible, but I've actually seen like legitimate, like real human beings do it.
Yeah, I know. I honestly got to work my back up to where Yujio's is. Yujio is a different freak, man. But honestly, one day I'm gonna hit a little back pose. Hopefully, that would be pretty sick if I hit a demon pose in the middle of the ring, huh? I think so.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that might be coming
get some
pretty
Baki
soon.
fans into pro wrestling.
Definitely, right? Come on, now let's spread it here.
You mentioned Berserk.
Yeah.
I have to ask, was Griffin right?
Dude, I'm taking my boy Griffin all day, bro. Like, I totally get why Griffin did what he did, man. Like, people say they want to argue with me, but I'm just like, dude, Griffith went through so much, man. If anyone else was in that headspace, come on.
Right.
You're gonna say you're gonna react differently? I don't know.
I mean, some people would say like he like completely betrayed, his whole crew, but like,
right. But
I mean,
here's
when
the
you're a
thing,
leader of a bandit group, like it is kind of all for one, if I'm being honest.
Exactly. Like, no one from the start, no one treated Griffith with respect. Nobody really cared about. I mean, maybe a few of them did, but I mean, come on. If you're not doing this all for yourself, are you ever going to achieve what you need to achieve? Come on. Like, I feel like Griffith was in it for himself and he had a good head on his shoulders, It's kind of like someone I know.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you watch the original anime or are you manga exclusive?
I read the manga, but I watched like half of the original show back then. Like on YouTube, I looked it up and I had it just dubbed. But I read it, and it really depends on the type of person you are. But I loved it. I loved the whole manga of it. It was just I like when it gets real deep. You know what I'm saying? Like when it could really bring real emotions out. Right. I really like stuff like that.
The anime, I watched that and I was just really disappointed considering like they'd leave you on like the biggest of cliffhangers.
Yeah, dude, seriously, like I was like that. Honestly, that might have been why I stopped watching it because I was like, dude, it was making me angry. I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, why are you leaving us on cliffhangers? Compared to the book where you could just keep turning the pages, you're like right there. So.
But low-key, the manga is a cliffhanger at this point as well, because it isn't completed.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it was as bad as the show was. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, like the show was just ridiculous with the cliffhangers. But like the book, it's like, okay, we got everything, and now we're waiting. Like, it was a good ending to where it's at. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was not, I mean, yeah, I wanted to learn more, but I was like, this is a good way to end it,
No, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, selfishly, I just kind of want to hold off on reading Berserk just until it's finished, because, like, I'm in One Piece.
I get you.
I'm in One Piece, and that's, like, the never-ending story.
I haven't seen One Piece. Do you like it?
I do. I like One Piece.
I heard mixed
I
opinions
consider
on it.
it like peaks and valleys. Like the good shit
Yeah.
is like really good, but like the
Yeah.
bad shit could make it drag on.
Right.
But I would say that the first 516 episodes are as solid as it could be, and then
Okay.
when they go after that, which is the time skip, it kind of gets a
Yeah.
little bit harder to watch because the pacing of the show just goes completely out of whack.
Oh man.
Eh,
See that I don't like that, dude. Like I'm like if they can't keep the composure throughout the pacing, it's just like I
well,
don't know.
this is how I would recommend. Watch the anime, like I said, the first 500, 16 episodes, and then go
Right.
to the manga.
Okay.
Because-
After the 516 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, you could just read the manga as a whole. I mean, the pacing is a lot better all around.
But I'll take your recommendation, because I'm like I see what you're saying. Watching the show then into the manga, that I'd probably enjoy that a lot more personally.
Right. And,
Yeah,
similar to like Berserk, Claymore had a bad ending as well. But at least that was the manga was actually finished on that, so I begrudgingly bought the whole manga series.
Heck yeah, dude! Heck yeah, bro!
And I'm reading it, so
That's sick. That's sick, bro. How deep are you into it?
I'm 6 books into 27.
Okay, dang. Okay, so you're going in.
Yeah, but if you're
yeah,
a
dude.
fan of Berserk, I would recommend Claymore. It kind of has similar vibes.
Sick. Okay, I'll definitely watch that. I mean, I was in the middle. Oh God, I'm horrible with shows too, man. Like I'll start one and I just don't finish them. But I need to finish Jujutsu Kaisen. I hate saying out loud, but I need to finish it because I never finished it when I started watching it, and like I really liked that show when I was watching it. Have you heard of it, Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Where did you drop off, if I may ask?
I dropped off near. Gosh, this was a while ago. I dropped off at the point where. What were they doing? They were in. It was with that one. Remember the movie theater scene? I'm trying to remember the exact scene. I literally paused it and I just never started. Like it was in the movie theater, and who was in there?
I want to say that's the start of season 2.
Yeah, that sounds right. I literally just didn't get past that. I had a lot of things going on. I was just like, dude, you got to pick it back up. Like that's always been on my mind since then. It's been like maybe like a year. I'm like, oh god, I'm so horrible with shows.
I have an interesting relationship with Jujutsu Kaisen, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, like where you're at, I kind of wish I stopped watching the show at that point.
Really?
Yeah, because there's the next phase, the next arc is Shibuya, the Shibuya incident, and there was, I won't spoil it, but I will say this: there was a moment in that season I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, dude, no. I get that might have been me too, honestly. Like thinking back, I think I've had watching. I was like, dude, like I don't know if they should do that, but I don't know, man. I mean, one show I was a big fan of when I was younger was Dragon Ball Z as well.
Classic.
I don't know if you watched. Yeah, dude, I love Dragon Ball. I was really a huge fan of Broly. Broly is my guy till the day I die. That dude, like, inspired the hell out of me in training and just, he's just such a sick, his whole character story. I mean, aside from anime, too, I was even a huge fan of Marvel and DC Comics. Like, I was a huge fan of that as well.
Who's your favorites of Marvel and DC?
Okay, so I gotta give you here. DC, it's Batman straight up. Batman is number one. Batman is, I will live and die behind Batman. But Second character coming in with DC, I'd say would be Lobo too. Lobo is sick. I really like Lobo.
The main man.
And yeah, I'm gonna give you three here. I'm gonna give you three for each. And then the third, Red Hood. I love the story between Batman and Red Hood. Since I was a kid, I loved that. It was sick. And then Marvel would probably have to be Deadpool, Wolverine. Yeah, Wolverine, and then Iron Man. Those are my three favorite guys in Marvel. I like DC a lot more, though, which is very unpopular, I know, but I like DC a lot more.
So, I mean, I can't disagree with that, because comic book-wise, I prefer DC over Marvel.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. I feel like the movies kind of took a dump, but the comics, man, like, come on. The comics were just amazing, I felt like. Like, I mean, come on, think about the idea of just Batman and Red Hood. Like, that is so much. Like, Batman couldn't save his sidekick, and the Joker beat him. Like, it was just, I just loved that. I don't know, I enjoyed that story a lot. Lobo too, he's got good comics. Green Lantern's sick. Justice League, I just like the Justice League. Even the villains were just a lot more intense, in my opinion. I just felt like the villains were just straight up, like Joker. Oh my gosh! If you read some of the stuff that dude did in the comics, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's why I attribute my love of DC more over Marvel, is because of the villains.
Oh hell yeah! I didn't know you also agreed. That's sick. Like I feel like that's so rare to hear. Everyone's a big Marvel fan. I'm just like, okay, well, you probably didn't read the comics, but it's all right.
Because it's more in vogue to like Marvel over DC.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like, holy crap.
Like I had this conversation with somebody. Like, if Spider-Man and Batman swapped villains, like, could Spider-Man survive Batman's Rogue Gallery? And,
I don't know.
Like, I'm not entirely sure he could. Like, there's a couple of heavy hitters in there.
Yeah, dude, I mean, Spider-Man's a smart guy, right? Peter Parker's a smart guy, but he's not as smart and well-trained, in my opinion, as Batman, even though he is a superhuman, right? He's a superhuman. But Batman's Rogue Gallery, dude, is nuts. You got Ra's al Ghul, you got Bane. Spider-Man's got Rhino, but it's like, I feel like
different animals.
Yeah, dude. Like, I feel like even Deathstroke would just wipe the floor with Spider-Man, and that might be, an unpopular decision, but I feel like Deathstroke would take out Spider-Man.
Deathstroke's my guy. I love Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke's sick, dude. Deathstroke's the man, bro. Wade Wilson, bro.
I mean,
wannabe Wade Wilson.
Like, I mean, Deathstroke, like, he literally tried to destroy the Teen Titans just so his kids could be accepted by the Teen Titans. Like,
exactly.
Who thinks who thinks that way?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, that is insane, bro. His moral code's all jacked up. I love it.
Right. Nobody likes Deathstroke because he's a good person.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Nobody likes him. Oh, man.
Alright, let's, get back on track a little bit. Definitely.
Sorry about that. Yeah, you took me down the road here. You took me down. Sorry.
No, you're completely fine. Can you tell us about your tattoos and if they have any significant meaning?
Oh, yeah. Well, the one on my chest, I'm going to get a lot more, but I just have one right now. The one on my chest is a tiger in flames, which is supposed to represent a lot of people like, that's real original, but it holds meaning. Basically, out of all the big cats in the jungle, the tiger's always been my favorite because it's scientifically proven that the tiger is stronger than the lion. And if a lion and a tiger were to get in a fight, the tiger's taking down the lion. But everyone in the world calls the lion the king of the jungle, when that's just not true. In my opinion, the king of the jungle is the tiger. And I just like the way the tiger carries himself. He doesn't have the loudest roar. but you know he could get the job done. So basically, I feel like I've been able to relate to that. Just holding myself to be humble and not, bodacious. At times, people in the ring would say I'm not humble, but I'd call them straight up delusional. I'm just telling them what I got in the ring. But I do like how the Tiger carries himself. I like how it's more humble and it gets the job done. But even though everyone doesn't give the Tiger credit, the Tiger wins at the end of the day. So I've always been attracted to that, and I felt like I've carried myself in the same way around peers all my life.
You mentioned new ink in the future?
Yes, sir, yeah. I plan on eventually getting my whole arm sleeved, and it's all going to have a lot of meaning with my own life. And the theme is, it's every single thing that I'm getting tatted is going to be in flames. And basically, what I want the flames to represent is the strength that came from my anger when I was younger, which was very personal to me. I held a lot of anger when I was younger, and at the point where I'm at in my life, I feel like I've let go of a lot of that anger, but I did have a lot of anger that brought good things from it, is basically what I'm trying to represent with most of my tattoos. The flames would have never been ignited if bad things never happened to me. If that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the next one on the agenda? What's the next one you're going to get?
So I'm thinking I'm going to go by section, and it's probably going to be on my forearm, the next one, and it's going to start the sleeve. Basically what it's going to be kind of etched in flames, mixed with some, it's going to be a little tricky here to describe, but basically on the arm is just going to be mainly flames coming down on my forearm, and then on this side of my forearm, it's going to read the words, "We do not need you," across, and then on the other side, "We see you." And that was just something that when I was younger, really younger, I was told by someone that meant a lot to me, not relationship wise, but it was mainly a coach. I was told by a coach that I was just not significant enough, and it was something that was held in my heart for a long time, because when he told me that, no matter how much work I put in, it just didn't pay off in the end. And I just remember saying, "I'm gonna prove you wrong, man. I'm gonna make you eat your fucking words." And so basically what that represents is him saying, "We don't see you," is what lit the flame inside of me to get better. And on the other side is, one day everyone will see who I am.
Okay. Well, definitely
Yes, sir.
big meaning to that one for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm not adding any ink on my body that doesn't mean something to me. Everything that's going to be tatted on me is going to have meaning. And it's been thought about since I was 14, 15, the whole scheme, so.
Right. If you're going to be sitting there for hours, getting, a needle stuck in you, you're going to want
Exactly,
to
man.
have
Exactly,
something
bro. I'm not going to put a smiley face on my arm, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a dang good question. First one that came to mind would be have to be. It has to be specific songs, or like just a band, or like a.
I prefer specific songs.
Okay. Okay, we'll start with one. Would have to be "Parabola" by Tool. I don't know if you've heard that one.
Okay.
I really like that song. And 2 would have to be, shoot, dude. Oh my gosh. Oof. Give me a second. It's coming to my mind. I'm trying to think of the name. I'm singing it. "Stairway to Heaven" by Led Zeppelin. That's 2.
Okay.
And then 3 would have to be. Ooh. Risk by Deftones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, definitely a solid 3 picks to say the least.
Definitely. Honestly, I'm a big new metal guy. I like classic rock. I like new metal. I like rap. If you wanted a fourth song, I probably would have put in Gangsters, Killers, and Dope Dealers by the West Side Connection. I like the 90s West Coast vibe of rap a lot. Dude, I listen to everything, honestly. So that was really hard bringing it down to 3, but I'm like, I'll give him all I got.
Well, you definitely have a solid list here. It's going to be a banger of a soundtrack for sure.
I think so too. I think that'd be pretty sick.
Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go the casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Okay. Oh, dang, I like that. Okay. Who would I want to play me? Is this current me?
I mean, it depends on where you want the movie to go.
Right. So it'd probably be current me. I would say, God, I gotta think of someone as handsome as me. Shit. Just kidding. I would say, who do I really like in Hollywood, man? I'd say if we dye Chris Hemsworth's hair a little darker and maybe give him a perm or something. Maybe. Or who I'd want to play me? Man. Yeah, I'll go with Chris Hemsworth. I could see him rocking me.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
yeah. Need to pull up that IDBM.
But can I maybe bring back an older actor that's not, like, can we just say he was in his prime during this time?
Hey, we have CGI and an unlimited budget. We could make it work.
Dude, give me Arnold, bro. Give me Arnold. Let Arnold play me, dude. I feel like even though he's got the accent, I feel like he could work around it somehow.
Again, we have CGI. We could dub the voice in.
Exactly. We got AI now too, so.
Yeah. No AI. We're not using AI. Humans only.
I know, I'm playing.
Now that we have you casted, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Okay. Well, 3 people. Okay. Oh gosh. 3 people I'd have. Well, one would have to be my mom, and she'd be played by. Do you remember? I'm blanking on her name, but do you remember the name of the woman in the older X-Men movies that played Storm?
Storm. Halle Berry?
Do you remember her? Halle Berry. Yeah. Halle Berry. I'd have my mom be Halle Berry because she reminds me a lot. Just the Storm character just reminded me when I was younger. A lot of my mom. And then 2 would have to be. Someone's got to play my coach, my wrestling coach, Ricky Lindell. But I'm trying to think about a good enough actor to play that guy. Oh my gosh. Ricky. I'd have to say. blanking on actors, man? For Ricky, I don't want to say Matt Damon, but I'm like pushing towards it. I don't want to say Matt Damon.
Okay, I think Matt Damon would be a solid choice.
I do too. I think Matt Damon could pull that off. I think Matt Damon, if Matt Damon got in crazy shape, because my old coach was in good shape, if Matt Damon got in good shape, I really think that he'd be good to play my coach. And then 3 would have to be... I'm going to go with my best friend Jacob, and he'd probably be played by Mark Wahlberg. That's a perfect one right there. He'd be played by Mark Wahlberg for sure. For sure.
Okay. Well, definitely, this is definitely sounding like a great movie. A blockbuster, to say the least.
I think so, too. That's a stacked cast right there.
Oh, for sure. And you could pre-order the tickets now.
Heck yeah. Link in the bio, right?
Yes. Now on to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
I don't do it. Sorry, sir. I do not do it. I cannot have pineapple on my pizza. I got a bunch of Hawaiian and Samoan friends in Vegas that would probably want to kill me, but I'm not. I cannot. I cannot do the Hawaiian. Pineapple is good, but it does not belong on pizza. I'm sorry. I'm a meat lovers guy. Huge meat lovers. I love just scattering it with meat. So I'm a big meat lovers guy. But dude, freaking, I cannot do pineapple for the life of me on pizza. I just don't feel like it blends. I get why people think that, but it's just not for me. I don't know.
I gotcha. So definitely anti-pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're a pineapple guy. Pineapple
I'm not.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I would say that I kind of lean more towards anti, but that's only because I've never had it before. My mom is allergic to pineapple, so
well, screw them, screw pineapple.
So
Who needed them?
Pineapple is just something I've never had in my life, typically. So and I'm not going to go out of my way to try it. I'm not going to be spending money on that.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. Trust me, you're hearing it from me. I tried it. I've tried it twice, and I'm like, this is just not good. It's not for me, man. I don't know. Oh man.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
Oh man, that's a good question. I could be an a-hole and say Mewtwo, but I'm going to say Alakazam just because he was my favorite. I loved Alakazam. I was a huge fan of him, so I'd say Alakazam was my guy.
Gotcha. Now, we love the late, great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
No, I don't.
T is for terrible. H is for hell. U is for ugly. And G is for jail. 'Cause a dog can't spell. Yes.
That's good, bro. That's good, dude. I'm going to use that.
Yes, we love
That's
the liquid.
funny, man. Because a dog can't spell, bro. That's funny, man.
We love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He's great.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview. Hopefully.
Oh, I'm excited.
Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
Well, let me ask you a question here. How big is The Rock?
It's around the size of a shoe, I would say.
Oh, man. Doesn't sound like a formidable opponent. But, I mean, honestly, if The Rock came up talking that smack, I got to put that Rock back in the ground. I got to do what I got to do. I'd definitely wrestle a Rock. If they paid me well.
Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
2 times, oh my god, for 2 weeks wrestling a Rock?
Yes.
It wouldn't take me that long, I'll tell you that much. It wouldn't take me that long. It wouldn't take me that long.
Well, I mean, he didn't really have a choice. It was an Iron Man match, so it was going to go that long either way.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I get it, but damn. But damn, an Iron Man match, I mean, that Rock must have been pumping some iron or something.
Well, it
Holy
definitely
crap.
had the endurance to last.
Definitely, right? Come on now, that's crazy cardio.
It's nerves of steel.
2 weeks? That's insane. No wonder. Hey, it kind of makes sense. He's a psycho, right? The guy's a psycho, so.
Yes.
I guess it makes sense.
Unfortunately, he didn't win the match as well, so.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
They tied. It was
I know.
313 to 313. And the Rock was the heavyweight champion, so.
Okay, fair. I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that going into this. I didn't know that The Rock was the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
That's huge. That changes everything.
The Rock retained the title by default.
That was an undeniable Rock right there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. That's fair.
The only Rock that Josh Alexander would take advice from.
Hey, if that Rock is holding up a title, let him know that prime time is coming.
Okay, we'll call up Von Vortico. Book the damn match.
Thank you. Book it. Book it.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I hopefully want to be signed to a major company, wherever that is inside the Indies. I want to be a heavyweight champion for wherever that company is, and I'm talking big time in Indies. I'm saying, wherever they see me fit at whatever federation, I'm hoping to be headlining that. The wrestling is my main focus right now, and that's all that matters to me. Just being the best athlete that I can be, and hopefully in 5 years I will be with a good company that is hopefully taking care of me and just allowing me to go out there and do what I got to do.
And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
Oh God, I would really say this last match at it was at Resolution against Damian Black. That was not Resolution. Sorry, it was the last match. It might have been Resolution. We could maybe throw something in this video, maybe a link to that match, but it was the most previous match I had with Damian Black, and that was truly one of my best performances because not only was I in the ring wanting to end his career, we both gave it our all. I felt it from him. And I almost got a sliver of the old Damian Black that everyone speaks about. And I really felt like that match I was able to show everything I got and just my absolute power behind prime time.
Can we find the match on YouTube?
It's going to be uploaded shortly. Our YouTube channel is being worked on right now, but it's going to be uploaded shortly. And as soon as it's uploaded, I'm going to be posting it everywhere, all over my social media.
Perfect.
Yeah,
if the match is posted before this interview has dropped, I will put a link to it in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you guys got to go watch that. That was a banger of a match. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Now, and since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
I thought you were saying my name, my bad. Sorry. The 8 questions of doom. Let me hear them.
Not ready not ready for that part. This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Greatest wrestler of all time.
Oh, Flair.
Worst wrestler.
Worst wrestler. Oh man. I would say Jonathan Monroe, but in terms of the business, I felt like Goldberg could have been better. I loved Goldberg as a kid, but I just hearing how he conducted himself as a wrestler, it just felt like kind of dropped him down a few points.
I will accept that answer.
Yeah. And I'm not looking at it in the light of how his character was, because his character was freaking sick. And I would say he's up there with the GOATs in terms of character-wise, but what makes him the worst wrestler is just how he conducted his performance. I just didn't feel like he was professional.
Gotcha.
He wasn't professional enough, you know.
You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Okay. Ooh. So can this be from any era?
Yeah, anybody you want.
Okay. God. Oof. Good match. I feel like me versus Eddie Guerrero when he was still around. Felt like we would be able to put on Eddie Guerrero or... Yeah, I'm going to stick with Eddie Guerrero because honestly, most of my favorite matches have come from Eddie Guerrero as of recently now. Ooh. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with Eddie Guerrero. I'm going to stick with him.
Okay.
Yep.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
My favorite guy, dude, Triple H, The Game.
Okay, so The Game.
The Game, man, my Motorhead, yeah.
Gotcha.
Or, oh, God, but then there's Batista. I Walk Alone. Oh, man. I got to go with Batista. I'm going with Batista. Even though Triple H is my favorite, I'm going with Batista's song, I Walk Alone by Saliva. That is...
Gotcha.
That song's just crazy. I love that one.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Dead.
We would have also accepted Tastes Great on Toast.
Say it again?
We would have also accepted Taste Great on Toast.
Oh, man, no, I'd say kayfabe. I don't know. I feel like people could. I'm not even doing my best job here of staying, but I just feel like nowadays everyone is not living up to kayfabe as much as they should be. You know.
Right. I mean, it's again.
There's a few currently that are great at keeping kayfabe, but there's some that are just like, okay, you're at this level and you're just treating it like it's, you know, I don't know.
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Squash is a freaking vegetable. No way. It's not a fruit. No way.
So you're saying vegetable?
Yeah, I'm saying vegetable.
It is indeed a fruit.
Squash is a fruit?
Yes, it has seeds.
Oh God!
Tomato logic.
Oh my God! I didn't know that. I could kind of see it now. I could kind of see it, just the way it, when you split it open, it's a lot more like a fruit. But dude, I would have thought that was a vegetable. What?
Yeah, it's we are an educational show as well.
Yeah, I learned something here. Dang, I didn't know that. Huh? I don't know if I'm behind, but man, I did not know that. That's interesting.
New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Okay. I would say the appropriate butt to cheeks ratio is, it's where MJF's is. You know where MJF holds his tights at?
Yeah.
I'd say if you're trying to show your legs to the maximum and like really have that presence, I'd say that's the maximum for you. But It really depends, in my opinion, on the wrestler. Like, sometimes how you're built, the biker shorts look better. The biker short length, I feel like, looks better on some guys. But honestly, if you got that upper quad that's able to stick out, go with them. Go with the tighter shorts. I feel like I feel like it's all preference. But to me, I feel like that just sucks when a dude grabs the trunks to throw you in a side suplex or something, and then your ass is hanging out. So I'm just like that sucks. But no, I mean, whatever you're feeling, I personally might bust out a few tighter trunks. We'll see how I'm feeling about it, but stay tuned for it.
Just to prove Jonathan wrong, no?
Yeah, exactly. Prove that idiot wrong. That blind old man.
And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, I wish I did, though. I wish I did. I've never had a conversation about Darby Allin inside of a supermarket. I wish
And
I
that's
did,
the
though.
correct answer. And
Thank you. Oh man, no, I was like, I've talked to a lot of people about Darby Allin, but it never was in a supermarket. I'll tell you that much. It never was in.
Yes. Well, some people have. It's not a perfect crime. But...
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure some people have. I'm like, I've never had a conversation about.
Yes.
I wish actually. That would probably make that grocery run a lot better. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if you ever do, record it, send it to me.
Oh, you know it. It's going straight to you. I'm gonna be like, holy crap! I was just talking about this in an interview.
Well, that will conclude our. We'll conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
No worries, brother. It was a pleasure.
Once again, where can we find you on social media?
It's powers_fit, and then checking real quick here. It's just Luke Powers on Facebook. Those are my main places I post right now. Oh, and also my YouTube channel. Let me check my YouTube for you. Sorry about that.
And you have TikTok as well, no?
Yes, TikTok as well. So, sorry, I'm behind here. So, Instagram is powers_fit. Facebook is just Luke Powers. My YouTube handle is powersfit1222. And then my TikTok is, I believe,
Hello? Luke, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, did you hear me? Did you hear
No,
that?
it cut out. Could you give us your
Okay.
TikTok once again?
So, sorry about that. Yeah, no. The TikTok is just powers_fit, just like the Instagram.
Perfect.
Yeah. Did you hear everything else?
Yes, I heard everything else.
Awesome. Sorry about that. I was trying to double check. I didn't want to give anyone.
Yeah, no worries. And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow.
Give me a follow if you want to see greatness unfold. Come on, man. This is just the start. What are you waiting for?
Absolutely. What's greatness unfold? Soon to be WWE ID at some point.
Telling you, you'll hear it. Primetime Powers.
Yeah.
Making waves.
Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ99Dre. Wait, when I say wrestling what, you say entertainment, okay?
Gotcha.
For RA special guest Luke Powers, Calico Yacht, Scooter Dust. I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment. Primetime Luke Powers.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.